Hi, my name is Kathleen Zemansky. I'm a business Feng Shui master, business astrologer, and the creator of the Time Blazer business management system. So this is really what my model is about. It's person, space, time, and universe. And I'll tell you a little bit about that in just a second, but I want you to know who I am and what I'm about and why I even got into this work. So I'm going to take it back a good 25, 30 years ago when I was sailing around the world. And this gave me a big opportunity to start really, unbeknownst to me, to start really understanding how people live, how people eat, how the building materials that they do, and the climate, the energy behind a contractor or a builder building a house. And I just think the anthropology of this travel was actually quite the beginning of my preschool, if you will, as a classical Feng Shui master. And this is, I think, another distinction about who I am. I do practice classical Feng Shui. But there was a turning point in my life. First of all, when we were in the Seychelles, I had picked up the boat in Annapolis, Maryland when I was living on the East Coast. I had sailed almost around the world, and then we shipwrecked in the Seychelles. We were stranded for 2.5 days before we were all rescued, and it was a crew of myself and 4 other shipmates at the time. We were on a beautiful 72-foot sailing yacht, and it was just in an instant, everything started to change. Well, along with that, we obviously survived that, and I was also concurrently living in Europe at the time, Italy and Switzerland. And what had happened was I was with someone I thought I would be with for my entire life. Well, then I found out about indiscretion that for me was just not my values. And I just kind of said, you either have to choose me or that lifestyle. And this is where things really started getting kind of messy. It went from having a very loving relationship to, I guess he took it as an ultimatum. And I feel that I got very bullied by this. I came back to the United States, and the first thing that I did was I hired a Feng Shui consultant, master, or whatever at the time. And I was incredibly impressed on the pivot my life made in a matter of weeks. And I knew, because my face was flat on the ground. It didn't knock me to my knees. It knocked me to the ground. So with that, I decided, I'm going to do a fresh start. I closed up everything on the East Coast and I came to the West Coast. And I decided that I was going to look into this methodology of Feng Shui. And at the time, there really wasn't a lot on the marketplace. And what was there was, quite frankly, in my opinion, a little bit of superficial that, you'd walk in and there would be, a love corner and a finance corner and all of that. And that doesn't really exist. So when I really started understanding that each space is unique to every person, then I started grasping, this is really how Feng Shui was done back in the day of ancient China. And it really was about power and money. So how I practice today, I still believe in power, and I still believe in that woman that has been bullied, but she's a big thinker, and she wants to go after big things. But this whole bullying aspect or inequality in the workplace, unequal pay, and I just know that this is my time right now to help women in business that have wonderful big ideas. Okay, so there's 4 ways in which I can help my clients. And the first and foremost is the starting point, and that's with a business astrology. Now, business astrology, of course, takes into consideration your personal life as well. Because why are we working so hard? I want everyone to work really hard at the craft that they are doing, but I also want them to enjoy life. So in a business astrology, we look at the chart in a very different way, if you will. One, we look at the year, month, day, and hour of birth. Now, the year of birth, that's going to be about your social circles. It's about who you know. It's not always what you know, it's who you know. Then it's also about your networking to help you get into that flow with the people that you are working with and to network up. It is also about your social media, your advertising, and things of that nature. Now, when we go on to that next pillar, it's your month of birth. This is about your career. It's about your character and what you're best suited at in life. Then the next pillar is about the day of birth, and this to me is really one of the more important pillars. They're all important, but this one I think is the make or break pillar. This one is about your personal growth. If we do not come into our fullest potential and power, then it's going to be very difficult to even try to do the first two things of your advertising and your career. You really have to come into your full essence of who you are. And that's your mindset. A lot of times people, I've had clients, and I'm even going to say former clients, because I really do like to work with that person that really wants to go after their biggest goals. But they call things in, and then they go, oh, you know what? I'm not really ready for that. And it's like, well, what have we been working the last year for you for? So the mindset is really, really important. Your day of birth is also about your partnerships, if you will. Now, the last pillar, which is your hour of birth, and that is about your goals. So it really starts telling you what goals that you can be achieving, the best way to achieve them, the path. It really is a roadmap to help you in your business. And then it's also about your brainstorming, and then, we would take that whole picture, and that's going to start guiding you to take the right steps to get to the ends of your means. So that's what astrology can do for you. But no matter where I go from there, whether it be Feng Shui or finding favorable timing or using the universal gateway, we always start with the person first. And then from there, I know how to personalize all those other services for you. So really the step one is always getting in for that astrology reading. The next piece that I want to talk to you about is Feng Shui. But we can't forget about the astrology piece, because we absolutely need to bring over the astrology into the space, because every space is going to be unique. And the one uniqueness that we can't overlook is you. So we want to find out how well you fit into your space or not. And there's always going to be some vibrant energies in your space, and there's going to be some challenging energies of your space. So really the true essence is finding where those positive energies are and put your body in those vibrations. So it really is, and I'm not kidding you, it could be a matter of this much of a change of orienting your computer screen, your desk, or things like that. It's really, but it's very formulaic to find that spot that's good for you. And then also in general, where do you even want to set up your home office? We are all working remotely now, but even when we go back, there is going to be the semblance of we are going to be using our home space. And I think now more than ever, your space is really something that you should take a strong consideration. And here's the thing. A lot of people have these funny ideas about what Feng Shui is. They think it's about painting the wall, it's making things pretty. That's interior design. That has nothing to do with Feng Shui. You can always take a good Feng Shui energetic map and give it to your designer, and then they can make it look pretty. But I really want to caution you that Feng Shui is not about beauty. It's about tapping into that vibrant area of your your space so that it can provide you the energies to achieve your goals. In other words, Feng Shui is used to achieve your goals. The Time Blazer is a favorable timing system. And again, it's always personalized to the end user. So why would you need favorable timing? Well, the biggest reason is if you are someone that launches a program, a product, a service, maybe you've written a book, how about a website that you're going to be launching? Let's face it, all of those things done properly are going to take a lot of effort on your part and the team that's helping you put these all together. The thing that really pains me the most is when I know that someone has taken all of this time to put all this good effort towards a fabulous product, program, or service, and they go, okay, it's finished, let's go ahead and launch. Don't do that. There's a personalized calendar out there that can exponentially help with your return on investment by launching on a good day and time that is absolutely personalized to you. Now, there's a lot of things that you can do with a timing calendar. You can use the calendar on a yearly basis by putting in all of your goals, reverse engineering all of the tasks that come along with it. Let's just take a book, for example. You need to write your first draft. You need to send it to a content editor. You need to have editing, layout. You need your ISBN number. You need to, get it to the publisher. You need to get it onto Amazon if that's the route you're going. All of those can be milestone dates. Every time you launch something and keep the flow going, you're going to bring more vibrancy and have an exceptional ROI. It's something that I'm very, very proud of. The biggest difference that with the Time Blazer and what my system has, it's in standard business English. And that is really useful in a Western market with a Western mindset. So this is a service that I think is, if you've got something that you are going to be launching or forging partnerships, that's another one, whether it be a short-term JV situation or a long-term partnership where you're actually creating a business entity, those are all things that the Time Blazer can help you succeed at. Chimendunja, or Universal Gateway, is a methodology that really takes on the yin side of all of what I do. And I look at this as almost the umbrella over astrology, Feng Shui, and the Time Blazer, because it really is balancing that yin and yang. All of those other services really are more yang oriented. You are doing something, you're in action, where the Universal Gateway is really more about manifestation. So everyone has a specific, it's a guardian, if you will. It has nothing to do with religion. It really is using now your body as the antenna to get in a certain direction so that you can tap into this energetic flow. This is really good if you meditate or if you even pray of getting into this direction so that you can really empty your mind and then start calling in the things that you want. Now, that's one application of it. Another application of it is that there's a spiritual blueprint, if you will, that we can put over a floor plan so that you can tap into these various different guardians to help bring about the things that you want. Now, the last way that this is used, and this one I have amazing results with this, is using it for legal. Let's face it, life is a little bit messy and we are going to have some legal issues, and what I've used the Universal Gateway with great success is helping my clients know, because we are now forecasting what the future could bring. I can look at how the judge will show up, how the opponent's lawyer will show up. I can even, if we have the at least the year, month, and day of birth of the opponent, we can also run that person's chart. So we also know just how different setups will happen just because of that imprint of time. So we already know like when to maybe push forward with our conversations while under oath, or is it better to hold back at a certain moment in time. Every case that I've ever taken on, we have gotten 100% of what they are asking for. So this is where Feng Shui really, when you think about it, going back to that terminology that I talked about before in a separate video, is that it is about money and power. I look at more today as fairness. I again, really, it really pains me to see people that are being bullied. And when I heard the cases that I have taken on, and I see the side that this person is really being taken advantage of, that's when we bring in these secret tools, secret weapons, insider information, whatever you want to call it. But this is really the high level thing that if you are getting I would say the wrong end of the stick, you may want to consider using Universal Gateway. But there's, again, many applications, from manifestation, using it for the spiritual uplifting of your house, as well as using it for more particular cases that are going to need a little bit more higher level of maneuvers and strategies and tactics to get the end results. So my preferred client are women in business. I really believe that I can really be of most help with my experience, the life experience as well that I've had. And I really do want to help women have their equal right and playing field in the business world. Now, that's not to say that I don't work with men clients. I have lovely, lovely, lovely men clients. But I would have to say that most of our clients are women, and women in business, because this is my focus, is to help women have the equal strength and playing field when they are in the workforce. So that means you may have to use a little bit more of not just your plain marketing and business plan. You need this next layer of metaphysical business tools that can help you have that competitive edge.